What is good, my kings, queens, and everything in betweens? I just hit Infinite in Marvel Snap for the very first time this season, and it took me just over 2 weeks of the season to go from 30, which is silver, all the way to Infinite Plus. And in this video, I'm going to share with you guys the 3 decks that I use to hit Infinite and crush the ladder all season long. And trust me guys, these decks are still working as I'm still using them and still climbing without even really trying to. But before we get into those decks, here's a clip from stream of me actually hitting Infinite. Is it Galactus? There's no way. It's Arrow. Oh my god. For 8 cubes. Yo, we hit Infinite! Oh my god. Holy shit. We hit Infinite. Oh, baby, let's go on such a fucking shit show of a game, dog. Thank you, Matsu, thank you. Holy shit, we actually hit it, bro. Oh my god. Yo, thanks, Flashkit. So quite a doozy of a game if you ask me. I'm not too sure why my opponent stayed in that one, but nonetheless, he is the fellow that got us that last few cubes that we needed to hit Infinite rank for the very first time. And speaking of very first, we're going to be starting off with my on reveal deck here. It's a Wong deck. These decks, guys, should be a lot easier to complete because of the card acquisition changes that just happened in this most recent patch in Marvel Snap. So whatever card you see here that you don't get, if on reveal is your playstyle, I would heavily recommend picking up these cards because a lot of them are very versatile and can work in various different decks. And we're going to talk about that as well. If I can think of any replacements, guys, they will be listed in the description of the video. If you guys are missing, for example, Jane Foster, then I'll go ahead and put a replacement in there because I only got Jane Foster really late in my pool free journey and when I was pretty much already close to Infinite. But ever since I got that card, I've been using it and I've been enjoying the hell out of it. So this deck is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. You're going to be trying to set up for Wong. You always want to hope you see Thor on curve if you have Jane Foster in your hand, especially because Thor himself can just carry games. It's absolutely nasty. Hopefully we can get some footage of a Thor game in this video for you guys. But this is the on reveal deck. The next deck that we're going to talk about is my Death Wave deck. Now this is my favorite archetype. This is my main deck that I love to go back to and play, and I know that some of these cards in some of these decks were nerfed, but trust me guys, like I mentioned, these decks are still climbing. So I'm still absolutely climbing with zero problem with my Death Wave deck. You still just get so much power out if you play your hand correctly, and this is the setup that I've been running. And the setup that I use to really catch people off guard, because these days when your opponent sees you play Hood, for example if you play it first turn, which by the way I don't recommend, but if they see you play Hood, they're not necessarily automatically assuming Death Wave anymore. They might be assuming a garbage deck where you might play a Viper and send them that Hood for that -2 power on their side of the board. So with the meta changing, certain cards like Hood doesn't necessarily give your deck away. Squirrel Girl, they can still think it's a zoo deck. Yondu is just a good card overall, but Yondu is going to be like the biggest indicator of your turn 1 plays that, hey, this guy might be playing a Death Wave deck. And these things are important to know because once your opponent knows the archetype that you're playing, just like when you know the archetype your opponent's playing, they're going to play accordingly. So you might see that armor come down on your Yondu on turn 2. Or if they're a little more cheeky and smarter, they're going to wait till turn 3 or 4 to squeeze that armor in and really catch, you know, a couple of different things that you were trying to destroy in that lane. So obviously armor cosmos are things that you have to watch out for in the Death Wave deck. But the good thing about it is you only need to destroy like 4 things to make death free along with wave. So we're gonna go into some games, but this list just runs, it just works so perfectly. Moon Girl is sometimes there just for the 4 power, which I know is not a lot, but more often than not I have so many screenshots of my hand where it's like double She-Hulk, double Death, and an Arrow, and I can play literally every single one of these cards because I wave on 5. And I'm just putting down like 40 power on their head top, meanwhile they're just, you know, playing 1 or 2 cards at best because wave is active. So it's absolutely ridiculous with this list in particular. And the third deck that we're going to be taking a look at is, of course, a Shuri list. It's an incomplete Shuri list. I don't have 0 or there's another card that I think these decks usually run, and this is my kind of take on it. Now, I will admit that this is a more recent adaptation to a Shuri list, and this deck did do a lot of the heavy lifting for some of that muddy, you know, 70 to 80 territory. Because this deck, it takes a while to learn a Shuri deck. Like, sure, it's just, you know, play Shuri and you kind of win, but there's so many different ways that you're going to need to close out these games, and a lot of times it's going to be very, very different from the previous game. So the recent changes I made to this deck is I took Thor out instead of and put Omega Red in. And then I took Jane Foster out and put Doc Ock in. The Thor Jane Foster way is definitely the way I use to climb. So that's arguably better than this variant of this deck, or this version of this deck, because I haven't done as much testing with this version. Okay, so with Thor here and Jane Foster here, this deck works great. As a matter of fact, I probably will slot those back in, just to kind of show you guys. Or you know what, this version might be better, so I'm going to show you guys this version. Maybe I'll show you guys the Thor and Jane Foster version as well, just because that combo also works well when you Shuri into Jane Foster. She's even better now since things like Red Skull were nerfed, and Taskmaster was nerfed as well. That's pretty much the biggest nerf to this deck is the Taskmaster, in my personal opinion. I still think Red Skull is completely fine, but sometimes they put 2 or 3 cards in a lane and you just get a 5/20 Doc Ock and you fill that lane. That's most likely not going to be 20 power. So this kind of completely fills the lane for you. You just got to hope you don't pull a Shang-Chi or something like that. And a lot of people running Cosmo, you often get this Doc Ock down for free in a Cosmo lane for 5/20. So there's lots of great plays that you can make with this deck. We're going to go ahead and show you some of those. But for starters, we're going to start with the On Reveal deck. This is the least powerful of the 3 decks, but it still definitely gets the job done. There's just so many different ways that you can play it, and hopefully we can get some good games for you guys right now on ladder. Let's get it. Our first opponent of the day, Age-Olts. So typically I don't like to Ebony Maw on turn 1, unless I see that I have Doom or White Tiger plus Odin or Wong in my hand, because that guarantees that we'll be able to get into those lanes. Right, sorry, just had to respond to something here. So, alright, so we are going to play Scarlet Witch. We do need the power. We don't necessarily like Throne Room because, I mean, we can get, you know, a 10 power Thor if we do draw him, but we're going to go ahead and change up Throne Room here. Because, oh, he's playing a C2 deck, so he didn't really want Throne Room here either. Hey, but hey, Wakanda's fine for us as well. Okay, so if we don't draw anything good here, but we really should. We have a lot of stuff. Okay, we can play this now. Plus, he'll turn into a symbiote, which is bad for this guy. So our opponent's having a really bad time right now. This is a really, really poor hand. It could still come back with something like a... I'm not too sure what we'd want to see here. Most likely a Wolfsbane to clear 2 lanes. If we do this now, Jane Foster on 5, we can this on the Jane Foster lane with the hammer and beef up 2 lanes. But I do think I want to go with a Doom play because I think Doom is just going to add a little bit more power. It's going to add 5, 15, 25, plus this is 33. And if we do it this way, this will be 10, 16, plus 16, 32. So it's a 1 power difference playing Doom, but we spread the power out a little bit more in the other lanes, which might be good here. So let's see. I am going to play in this lane. Oh, it's going to be Patriot. I thought it was a C2 deck, but it's Patriot. Okay. So we can put 2 Tigers out there and then fill the rest up with Dooms. And we just sack left. Wonder how that's feeling for us. Let's do that. Let's do Tigers. We're gonna try and play mid-right. We'll do Tigers, and then we'll do, we might just do Odin on it, because the Tigers have more power. Let's see where these Tigers land. That's pretty bad. Okay. Yeah, Odin here just fills up the rest with Tigers, so I feel like that's the better move. We can also do a cheeky Wolfsbane here for 14 power. 13 power, that is, actually. It would be at 16 there, which is pretty strong. They might be unexpected, or it might be unexpected for them. If they Patriot Mystique, though, Patriot Mystique is going to add 4. So this will be 4, 8, 12. This will be 15. Wolfsbane actually wins left if they just Patriot Mystique. And then we win mid, right? They have a lot of power here. I'm actually going to do that just to showcase versatility within the deck. I think they're going to want to sack mid, aren't they? Oh, Patriot himself will be 1 power. Let's try it this way. I really think they're going to want to sack mid. But either way, if that gets buffed, I can't beat that. So we'll play mid. Maybe Patriot Mystique here, like we suspected. If so, then we beat it by like 1 or 2 power. Doom. Interesting. Okay, this guy did not have the stuff to win. But either way, guys, this shows like the variety in your turn 6 plays with this deck. The beautiful thing about this deck, truthfully, is that there's just so many different things that you can do with your, depending on your final hand. Like it's just great. It's a good time. Head into game number 2 here. We didn't draw a good hand that game. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I think the rest of these games will definitely showcase this deck in a little bit of a better light here. Let's see what my opponent's playing though. Shang-Chi. Okay, well, the good thing about this deck is you don't really worry about Shang-Chi. The only thing that's shangable is Thor once you get him as a hammer. Ooh, my god. It's a little bit unfair for our opponent. The other thing is, obviously, if you do a bunch of Ironheart procs, then, you know, pretty much everything is shangable on your field. Okay. So we will play this here just in case they run Magneto. I highly doubt it with this list. It looks more like a destroyer ongoing type of thing, which is interesting to play Nova left. I'm not sure what they got from our hand, but we are going to play this on Fist Tower and hope we draw Wong. We just really hope to draw Wong here. Oh, he got our Thor. Okay. So we didn't draw Wong on 4, which is really, really brutal. In that case, I feel like we might have to do this. Turn 5, we White Tiger here, and then we Odin it. And it's gonna suck if we draw the hammer though, isn't it? Well, if we draw Jane Foster right now, we can play Jane left, and then hammer Odin mid. That's so much power mid, but I mean, I guess it's giving power to right as well. I think we're gonna have to do this solo in case we draw something nice. We gotta do that solo there, which really, really sucks. Okay, so we can't be pulled here. That's good. And can't be shamed there as well. So we drew this, and it's interesting because if we top deck hammer, this is always the play because then we hammer Odin, and that just makes us win mid and right, guaranteed. If we don't top deck hammer, and we top deck, okay, he's gone anyway. I mean, he had a chance that game. I'm not too sure why he left, but yeah, I think I'll cut that game out. Alright guys, so we're in our third match of the on reveal deck. The second match was a win, but it was just it wasn't like worth showcasing. The guy retreated on turn 3 or 4. Turn 5 actually he retreated on. But now we're facing the Infinite. Let's go ahead and place our Iceman right. We can do Wong stuff over here. This location is great for Wong stuff because depending on how much you show before you play the Wong there, they're not going to necessarily have an idea of what's going on, and then they're going to stay and you can get free cubes off of them because usually you're just absolutely going to dominate. Unless of course it's like a... Okay, very interesting first turn play. They really want Prio, I guess. That's very nice for us. So we can either I think this is the move, and into this we want Wolf's Bane as well, because we can Wolf's Bane on 5 and then Doom on 6. Or we can White Tiger. I think we will play it left. Fine. Play Wong left. Jane Foster is the only card that we might be playing somewhere else. Yeah, he's gone hard mid, so we can Jane right side for a solid 10 beater. And I'm not sure what would be best here, if Odin's better just for the insane amount of Ironheart procs. Because if they're going to try and Odin this, or Wong then Odin this, right now that's going to be a little bit tough for us to overcome. Green Gabi. Yeah, I think Odin would be best here to just give us a lot of power back on some of these negative cards. They reveal first, which I think is a good thing for us. Because we lose mid 100% of the time. I'm worried about them hobgoblining here, because then we'll be at 0 and we'd need at least two Ironheart procs there. So I'm almost tempted to like just fill that location up instead. Shang would add 3 here, it'd be 6, and we'd be at -2. I think this is a retreat. I do think this is a retreat. But let's see what they do. Odin. Okay. Okay, I think we win then. Yeah, we win by 1. Oh, we win all 3 lanes. Oh, never mind. Alright, GG. So they did have the Odin play like we suspected, but I guess they didn't disrupt us enough. So that's an interesting win. I'm not liking any of these wins per se. They're not feeling great, I will be honest. But I mean, if you're on ladder, you don't really care how you get the win. You just care about getting the win. This could be a Wong lane in Necrotia because we don't really care. This is a better looking hand. This is like the bread and butter hand here. As long as we draw Odin, that is. And for turn 2, maybe we can draw Scarlet Witch right now, or even Ebony Maw here is not too bad. Okay, so we have nothing for turn 2. If we draw Thor here, it can be... oh, interesting. Facing another Patriot. I guess that's an even trade at least. I mean, his is going to be a little bit stronger once I do this, isn't it? I still have to do it, though. I still have to do this only because if we draw Odin, this is going to be the play every single time. If only it kept the buff on my side too. Alright, then we Wong. This deck isn't going to have any disruption for us, so we're fine to just play our cards out. The bad thing is if we don't draw Odin here, though. I mean, we can White Tiger into Wolfsbane and like Scarlet Witch somewhere. That might be decent. But I much prefer to see Wong here. And that does suck a little bit. It means that the Wong play is just not going to happen. And we drew it too. That's really unfortunate. So with that development, I still think we sack left. But we'd better hope that these go mid, huh? I almost wonder if this is better than... because if it goes left, then we at least get one mid next turn. Or do we just play raw power? Do we risk it? I don't like how risking it feels. Alright. This is not good. Because this just gets us the win left, or... Is there a world where I do this? To win left and right? Like if he plays Ultron right to win mid and right. No, he needs to buff these a little bit more, right? Actually, he doesn't. He might just play Ultron left. In which case we would lose. If we play this right, though, we still lose that way. I think this is our best play, but I think this is retreat. Let's find out. Okay, so he Mystiqued. Not a great chance that we win this, but we'll see how it goes. We need more procs left. One more proc left. Let's go. So what I'm saying, guys, this deck, man, it's just surprising the amount of power you put out on final turns with this deck. We didn't even get particularly lucky here. If all the procs that went here instead, we would have just won these two lanes. I mean, we overkilled mid. I don't know, like, it's just this is what the deck does, you know. -2 Necrosha doesn't matter. We still just, and granted, he didn't draw necessarily the best either, but I think our situation was a little bit tougher than his there, and we were still able to come up with that dub. So let's see if we can get another win here, a nice solid clean one that feels a little bit better, and then we'll head on to the next deck. Okay, it's a really good hand here. Really good hand. If we have something for turn 2 as well, it's going to be even better. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Even though it's not too bad for us, especially if we draw like a white tiger here. But we'll go ahead and get rid of it anyway. They probably want to play there right now, yeah. Maybe it's like an Ebenima. Oh, we get a Zabu as well. We don't need it though. We only have Wong as a 4 cost in our deck. This, however, I'd love to play Ebony Maw here in case we don't get the White Tiger. Then we can just Ironheart on 5, like we can 4, 5, and just 6. But it's just not guaranteed. This does make us Shankable over here, which again, if we don't draw White Tiger, we're kind of a little bit sad about. You know what? Maybe this is enough. This way we're covering if we don't draw White Tiger, because we don't want to Doom here. Obviously we could, but let's do it this way. We give him an Ebony Maw, which he can't play, so it just clogs his hand. Rock Slide, he's gonna have Darkhawk then. And we top deck a rock. And it's a good thing we played this way then, because our chances of drawing that White Tiger are even lower now. I think I will play this here as well, because it's a free 5 power, and I don't want to waste energy if not needed. Why am I able to play all this? Oh, because I have Zabu down. I'm like, why am I able to play 5 power worth of stuff? Yeah, this sounds good. And then we Ironheart into Odin. I think we're gonna have Prio as well, so he gave us a Darkhawk whilst we have one. He only has 4 cards in deck though, so it's not worth. I said Wong, but I meant Zabu. This could fill right and left. This just gives us more power though. He's not gonna double down left because he doesn't think we could play there per se. He does have Prio though, so let's see if he has Enchantress in the Zabu deck. No, he does not. It does suck to waste 2 energy here, but it's alright.
All systems go.
We're winning all lanes right now. And I don't imagine Odin's gonna help his situation. If he Shangs, because he has Shang, we know that. He's gonna Shang the right side, obviously. That's just so much value for him. And that takes up, what, 2 energy? So he has 4 energy more to play. 6 cards in hand. This guy is gonna dump. But he could only Shang 1 lane. So we just gotta hope we win the other 2 lanes. Probably mid and left. He's probably gonna Shang right and play something, play shit mid. So these Ironheart procs need to hit mid. He's snapping. I don't think we have it, I'm gonna be honest. He's vomiting like 3-4 cards. But we'll see how it goes. He's definitely gonna play mid and right though, yeah. Shang right and a bunch of stuff mid. We're gonna waste a lot of procs here most likely. So we wasted 1, 3, 4, 5. Oh god, I didn't see the Killmonger coming. That's actually disgusting. Yep, GG's. If we had one more proc on Scarlet Witch, we still would have won, which is actually disgusting. But GG's, we knew that one was gonna be a loss, so knowing when to retreat is also great. And if I wasn't recording, I would have for sure. But all right, let's go ahead and get some footage of the Death Wave deck. Let's do it. Lucian Cool. This is pretty good. We could play Hala. It's gonna be one of those kind of decks, eh? Probably will have armor. And since it might have armor, I'm tempted to just switch up. Do this there. Is that armor? Good. Okay, so we're gonna save Carnage to eat up that hood when he sends it over. Which might be right now. Goose. Footloose Goose. This kills 3 cards. Is Viper 3 power? I'm not sure, but either way I want to do this here. Thanks for the early demon kill, brother. Moon Girl. Oh, this is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh god, I don't want Carnage to go there. If we float 3, this will be a 3 cost. Bruh, Carnage is really cramping my vibe right now. If he kills mid, that's gonna be tragic, bro. Because I do want to wave, that's for sure. %33% chance to kill these guys. If I play this, Death will be free, She-Hulk still, I mean, it's playing one of these either way. I need to hope that it plays She-Hulk then for the 50-50 roll, right? 50-50 roll me, baby. This guy's out of here. The wave came down and crashed his parade. GG. Interesting. I do need to play Hood here because we have curve. If that's armor, we may just have to retreat. Is that armor? Cosmo. Go right, go right, go right. Thank you. Well, we don't get the chop like that though. But we do get 2 kills, but if we do this, we get 2 kills anyway. This might give us 3 kills though, so I think we always do that. Arrow here is just always the best play. We can snap, he'd leave, I'm pretty sure. If he plays here, then we're probably winning this matchup. He can't Hobgob, he can't Professor X, he can't do anything. Yeah, if we snap, he leaves, he might leave regardless. Unless he's playing 2 cards. Turn 6, we will just Carnage Demon or see what we draw. So he's forced to play right side. Like, no matter what. So I win right, guaranteed, I believe. Yeah. So we win right. He can't float enough. This will be 15. He can't float. Even if he floats 6, it's not enough. This is also 9 power. This is 3. I can't put more cards here, though. This plays around Shang, though. I mean, we can't be Shanged anyway. Maybe to avoid hobgoblins, right? Oh no, they won't go off. Bro, like... Maybe there's a scenario I'd want to fill this. I can't think of it, but... I don't know. I think this is just the best way to play this turn. Putting 9 mid and putting 9 left. Does he add more than 9? He definitely can. If he plays like a Hulk, he just wins. Okay. Good game, good game. Good. This is fine. Negative zone, baby. -3 power. To the dome. Let's hope we draw a Carnage or something. Oh, I'm like, damn, he got rid of my Carnage, bro? Do we float his hand? Yeah, why not? We need Carnage. Oh, we're giving him a Bucky and he's actually running Destroy? What the heck? What kind of deck is that guy running? We can Killmonger all that stuff, so I'm not too worried about there. Do I Killmonger now? If we draw Carnage, I'm gonna be pissed. Turn 5, we do this, and Demon left. We need to draw Death here. He's gonna give me a card that can blow this up, right? So I can just give him this. Our right side is gonna be really strong. I'm thinking Demon left, Arrow pull mid. So he's not gonna get draw anymore, right? Oh, he is. Savage has tons of draw. So we do have a 3/4 Venom that we can use, but I don't think it's ever better than arrowing and demoning. I mean, we could Demon, Nova, Venom, but he just eats things that are too weak. Do we Nova Demon mid? Let's see what he's doing. Alright, he played order properly, so good on him. We need that to go like mid or something. Go right. Alright, that's fine. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. What weird games, bro, but hey, we pulled it out. We always do. We always do. Alright guys, and last but surely not least is our Shuri deck. Let's go ahead and see who our first victim is. Seer. Prepare for doom, my friend, because we're playing Shuri. Omega Red in the Mojo World, if they can't play there, could be a nice strat. Even if we can shank something of theirs there, it could be pretty good for us. But let's see first how the rest of this unfolds. So we can't play anything yet, which does suck, but it's not uncommon in Shuri lists. Okay, so they are putting a few cards there. And that's not a good location. We can Doc Ock and Jotunheim. We can't Shang left anymore, which does suck. But we might be able to Doc Ock and Omega Red on turn 6 with maybe a 1-drop. We'll see how that goes. Cosmo. This is interesting. They're gonna play Shuri this turn. And they're gonna want to put Shuri in both of these lanes. I think we play mid and right. Yeah, we're gonna Doc Ock right. So this is full float. We'll go ahead and do this. We did draw Shuri, but I think this is our better play here. Let's see how much power they get down here into Jotunheim, because they're going to be losing 4 per turn while we just lose 1. So they'll lose 8 by the time we lose 2, which is a pretty huge deal. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we got in their hand. Doom. Okay, their board's completely filled. And I think we win. Yeah, we win. There we go, boys. Sometimes Doom's all you need. We literally just had to put 1 power or 2 power right, and we just win the game. Okay, we're facing a Spectrum list, possibly. I don't mind giving him an armor if he wants to play that down. Sure, it'll stop us from doing Arnim Zola stuff, but I think it's best to have 2 lanes protected. Interesting. What I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna clog his mid. Yeah, we clog his mid for him. There's a small chance he skips here, but I think he's gonna... okay. So we'll clog it so he can only play 1 more card there. We do get the Shuri, which is nice. We'll go Shuri, maybe Arrow here. Yeah, we're definitely gonna Arrow right now, I think. Yeah, we'll go Shuri into Arrow. And then we'll copy the 16 mid. Are they gonna skip here though, actually? I think they want to give me this back, right? They want to give me Titania back. They gotta know I'm not gonna give them my superpower card in Machine World, right? Or are they hoping that I overlook that? Wow, they filled up right side completely. Okay, so they take it back. And then we take it back. Okay, that's fine. And we can copy it, the 15 power. Plus we take Titania back. And then when they play something, they can only play one card though. But so can we, but we have 15 power to play. Spectrum is gonna buff. So we play, we get Titania, they play, they get Titania back. So they're at 11. They're at 14. Plus 5, 19. Plus 4, 23. We're at 23 as well. And then they go 2, 4, 6. They're at 16 here. I think we win. By very, very little. If they Spectrum. They played 2 cards. I'm surprised they thought that would win. I know because they had the points here, but I guess they didn't expect the task. You should always expect the task, honestly. Either way, it's a free dub for us. PMW. In case we get Zola there, maybe it could be nice to have that. Or maybe you want to float. There's a chance we might need a float for She-Hulk to go there. And then, in case we get Zola, it'll be value at least. Yeah, it's looking like a lot of floating is going to happen this game. Let's hope they don't have Killmonger. Or the very rare Elektra. Okay, might be C2. This is nice for us. Yeah, we had to float straight into She-Hulk. We can actually put this mid, to be honest. Let's do mid, because there's a much higher chance we play something else there instead of the Zola. Like, our hand is still filled up. What we will do is we'll put Red Skull left. That way, is this what we want to do? Because we can do this, Red Skull mid. Whatever goes left, and then we can... I don't know, we can't Red Skull mid because of that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so unreveal can't happen anywhere, so we're safe to just do as we please. We can't use Shuri though, which is very interesting. Arrow and Shuri are useless, as well as Zola, as well as Shang. So most of our hand is actually useless here now. Let's hope big card equals win. Oh, they got it. They killed our poor Sunspot. Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay, so we win left. This we played. Oh, on reveal doesn't happen. We can literally only do this, and they're definitely gonna want to play mid, right? This is literally our most power. All they have to do is play. Oh, they can't play Doom. I don't want to believe that they have it, to be honest. This is just for tiebreaker stuff. Because this gets 2, so they'll be at 12. And then they need to play like a 2 power card there. Let's see what they play there. You see what I mean? Like, they didn't have it, man. You're not gonna scare me with your snap, brother. Okay, we have Shuri, which is nice. We also have Sunspot, which is beautiful. Did we get armor? No armor, but Titania is even better. In my Shuri deck, Titania is... I mean, before the Arrow nerfs, Arrow Titania was like a guaranteed 6-turn win. They couldn't beat it no matter what. We'll keep floating. I have this variant. It looks really nice though, upgraded. We'll play Shuri. Kazar, it's gonna go right side. I wonder if we do this into Zola. Put 20 here, 20 here. It would pull their entire hand. Well, we can Zola if we're weaker than them here. And then we can Taskmaster Titania if we're stronger than them here. I keep wanting to make Doc Ock work, so I'm going to try this out. He is our biggest power here to double up with Shuri anyway. I could Arrow, of course, but I want to try the Doc Ock play mid. Okay, he might get the Ultron out right now. He has 1 card in hand. I have an Ema. It's a lot of power for him, actually. And Spectrum. Okay, so now we see what we're working with. Question is, does this actually win? Right. Zola splitting 20 I don't think does the most. It might be our best bet though. What are 1 costs getting right now? They're getting +2. Yeah, because Blue Marvel, I mean Ultron here. He reveals first, which I think is a good thing. I think it's Ultron that he has. If it's Ultron, we'll be 26 and 22. If he plays Ultron here, it'll be 9 power. Plus whatever we pull. Let's try this out. I'm down to risk it. I don't know if he's going to move Nightcrawler. But let's see what he does here. Doom. Okay, well I think we're fine with Doom, depending what we pull from his hand. Don't be anything big. Nice. Alright, pulled it out. We split the dock. And it worked out. I mean, that was super risky, this play, because if this was anything bigger, if this was a 7 power card, we were screwed. You know, definitely give these decks a try. We have the Death Wave one here, we have our On Reveal one here, and then we have our Shuri deck list here. You guys saw how I use them. You guys can definitely, you know, make changes to these decks as needed, as you guys see fit. But this is what I use to climb in Infinite, or not climb in Infinite, but rather to Infinite. And as you guys can see, I'm still, you know, 108, pretty much a little bit positive in terms of cubes after all these games that I played for this video. So good luck on ladder. Keep it tuned here for more Marvel Snap content, because I do plan to upload more. And I want to have some fun with this game now that we're in Infinite and don't have to be so sweaty about, you know, playing in ladder and whatnot. So definitely stick around. More is on the way. See you later. Bye-bye.